Sometimes art is prophetic, and sometimes I don't know how to offset it. The words too authentic to constantly do what I do and augment it. Y'all talk a big game, can't tell if y'all meant it. As seconds turns to minutes, the ticking will tell all. Will you hold firm or steadily fall? Will you conform with the ways of the world, or will you give the world everything that you are? Make them fuckers move around you, kinda like sound do. Break out of everything that they had you bound to. You got knocked down, ho, get ready for round two. It's round two. Get ready for round two. Come back, run rap, run laps around these cats, jump back, kiss myself, still keeping me intact. Weird and black, they for that, hold up, steer it back. Weird and black, they revere that, yup, you hear that?
Turnstile, switch it up. Young nigga raised hard, he learned not to give a fuck. Young nigga came far, still never give enough. Coming with the flavor, delicious, so she lick it up. Bust down, stick it up, I put it down, so pick it up. Scud town, saviors, done some till he shift to Musk. Stench so stank that the shit compare soft to us. Crud so dank, make your face smell to dripping, cuz club go shake when the bass gets to hitting ya. They ain't really hearing us, but they gon' feel something when the way is paved clear enough. I don't fear nothing but the fate, is God really not? Well, fuck it, got the world in my hands, and that's real enough. Fuck it, got the world in my hands, gold forms to touch. Might just spend it all one time to give it all to us. Yeah, give it all to us.
Yeah. This that hip-hop body, rock, hardcore, karate, chop, neo-Nazi, nasty, not feel it in my chest. How could you wear that name? Must be automatic shame, using automatic lame, heard it from the best. Fresh flow, let's go, plus I got a lot of heart. It's necessary when you dabble in this art. Grab canvas, paint picture, use them acrylics, paint a picture so vivid, the people gotta feel it like the Kaaba. Lyrics bear fruit like guava, words spilling out of my brain like lava. Spills out the top of a volcano, and they know that A-Right is not the one to play no. I'm Kano in Mortal Kombat, cause the lyrics like blades. Aim it at your juggler when I'm on stage. Until you heard me spit, homie, you ain't heard rage. On another chapter, so turn a turn. Okay, got that out my system. A-Right on another planet, dog, you must've missed them. When I do it how I do, it's of my own volition. Go make my destination even in the worst condition. My crew's the Blues Brothers, cause you know we on the mission. Eternity of roses I make bumping in your system. I mean banging it and I'm still hanging it. And I got a gang of wisdom, I got a gang of rhythms, I got a lot of soul. I found the pot of gold, I'm wrapping that shit up, gon' sell it to the globe. I got some game to give them, they don't really want, but they really need it. And I want you to succeed, I want you to be free. I want you to remove every obstacle from being what you truly wanna be. I truly wanna see, and I can only lead by example. So here's a sample from me, so get up.
the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How you high? No,
Greatest Super Bowl time. I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man. Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this. Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches in the What is going on, folks? Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. This is After Further Review, episode 134. I'm your co-host, Jalen Brown.
I'm your other wonderful co-host, Shaquille Brown.
And I'm your favorite co-host, Malin, and I would just like to say happy belated Shot in the Face Day, because May 2nd, 2011, when Bin Laden finally got a bullet to the head. So that was good. I appreciate it. It's a good day. Should be a national holiday. We should get like double time for this.
We should.
If we got paid. We should.
Right, we'll start there first.
I'll settle for just getting paid in general. Settle for that.
Yes. For the first half, it'll just be the three amigos here, because Nestor is unavailable this week. But he did send me his Ride or Die on 5 picks for later on today, so he's not going to miss out on that.
He probably should. He hasn't been doing very good. Could use a break.
Yes. This is our last episode before Cinco de Mayo, which is on Friday. So we are doing some Don Julio shots, and we all have Coronas. So
I would just like to say that the amount of limes on the table are not indicative of the amount of shots that we are going to be taking.
That was last week. If y'all didn't watch that episode,
you guys are wild.
if y'all want to see an outrageous amount of shots, y'all go ahead and backtrack the draft episode.
okay,
All right.
professional.
right.
Yeah.
Here we are, gentlemen.
The people that critique us.
Cinco de Mayo. I'm gonna have to go buy some strawberries. Be good.
Shaq, I'm not tapping your shot. There's no point.
This man finished talking about strawberries.
What? It's pretty good.
Next time I
Don-
go drive
Don
down to
Julio
Orlando,
Blanco
I'll
there,
go
huh?
take cheers to them. Yep.
All right. Well, one down, 5 more to go.
You're in for a doozy, America.
Yeah, you are, especially because if anybody notices that green Band-Aid on Jalen's hand there, he broke his finger on glass. So
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
exactly what he said.
Story, I'm sticking to it.
That Glass get drafted next season for
He
the
is.
lineman.
His name is called Double Pain.
That's my OJ story, and I'm sticking to it.
Ain't none of us got a Ford Bronco. Come
The
on.
glass is not fit. He can't quit.
Let's get going, gentlemen. That's some damn sports to talk about.
Yes, folks, if you do not know, you can listen or watch this show. Just click the first link down in either description, whether you're on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, and you'll be taken to the opposite of what you're currently on. So if you just want to listen to the show, click the first link down in the YouTube description. Follow us on Apple or Spotify if you're smart. And then vice versa, if you click the first link in your Spotify description, you can watch us live here on YouTube, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesday.
And we are also drinking Corona because 26 years ago, the first Fast and the Furious came out. So
And there's been one movie every year since. It seems like.
Can't miss a year.
they've turned into to basically James Bond operatives at this point. But robbing semis to dropping cars out of planes. I don't know how
Right.
that works.
And, never mind.
Yep. So we're going to start this week's show off with, if we seem a bit distracted, game 2 of the Celtics-Sixers is on right now, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, the draft was last week, so we are going to give our teams some grades for how they did in the draft. We're switching it up this year. Instead of just picking our own teams and grading them, we are going to do this swap teams, basically. Malin is going to be grading Shaq's Steelers. Shaq is going to be grading Malin's Seahawks. Nestor, I thought, was going to be here this week, so I am grading his Dolphins.
Teeth cleaning.
Yeah, late teeth.
Trying to get to Houston.
And then by committee, we're all gonna grade my Patriots.
Not
So
my usual travel, but I'd like to go volunteer first. I can get my
Okay.
chaos out of the way before y'all start
Go
roasting
ahead.
me. I give y'all a B plus for
A
y'all.
B plus. I think you missed a letter in the alphabet. It goes from one letter, then B. Should have been.
Should have been. Should have been.
Okay.
Should have been. I give y'all a wonderful B plus. I think overall you did wonderful. I just worry about a little bit more protection for that wonderful quarterback y'all find as a gem this year, and maybe, of course, kind of sort of try to invest into another quarterback down the line. Start seeking that out maybe, because you never know. We all know this man's very well experienced, been in the league in a while. It's a matter of what happens if you can't maintain it this season. What do we do for an answer? What is our investment for this time frame?
I'll tell you right now, if he can't maintain it this season, we'll have a top 10 pick next year to get a quarterback. So,
Probably.
that's why I wasn't mad we didn't draft a quarterback. I was like, if he reverts back to normal Geno Smith, then we're gonna have a terrible year, and I'll have a good draft.
I just worry about like picking up a quarterback because you have to, then starting a little bit in advance and start grooming somebody to your offense and start prepping them now. So when that situation does happen, guess what? A year from now, you're not too stressed because homeboy's been watching our offense and been in training camp and practice and everything. So that's just my mindset. B plus, I still think a very good grade. Did it overall very well. Y'all did defense, so
I think B plus is fair. I will say that with the fifth pick, it's basically come out in interviews between Pete and John that if Richardson was there, him and Witherspoon were the only two people that they would have drafted at 5. They were nervous about Jalen Carter with the off the field stuff, so he was not on their board. They were scared away from him. It was going to be Anthony Richardson or Witherspoon, and if one of those two was on the board, then they were going to take one of those two. So Anthony Richardson going off the board at 4, and then the Seahawks pick at 5. Like I revisionist history, like what would have that 5 pick been like?
yeah,
If he was there, like that would have been really interesting. But I like the draft the Seahawks had. I've been looking at it. I know I was angry. Last week I was angry. But the Witherspoon is a beast. We did pick up a center who's massive from Michigan. We picked up a guard who played next to Lewis, who was already on our offensive line from LSU. We picked up a great wide receiver. That's something that we've been lacking on our offense. Has been DK Metcalf or Lockett or bust. We have not. They've been trying to get a third wide receiver for a long time. Hopefully this guy sticks. They say he's the best route runner. Between Witherspoon and Gonzalez, who the Patriots picked up, I think it's kind of 1A, 1B between those two on who was the better one.
Right.
Time will tell. The only thing I think is a little bit that's going to be unfair to Witherspoon is that Seahawk fans are always going to judge Witherspoon off of Carter's success. They're always going to be tied to each other. If Jalen Carter pops off with Philly,
right.
and he's like amazing, and let's say Witherspoon is just average, Seahawks fans are going to be throwing shade for a long time. So those two will always be tied together. But when we talk about the Steelers, though,
Yes.
okay, I actually give the Steelers an A on this. And here's the reason why I give them an A. One, first of all, you ended up with Broderick Jones. Okay.
Right. Which we made that switch at the last second.
One
and
of
we took Broderick.
one of the best offensive tackles. You need more offensive line for Kenny Pickett. Okay. And Najee Harris, if he can keep his elbow healthy. But then you also went in and they got I like Darnell Washington, tight end from Georgia. I think he's a really good addition. I think it helps him up to do a 2 tight end set there. I like Corey Trice from Purdue. But I mean, how can you not, with the story of Joey Porter Jr. From Penn State, defensive back? His dad was a 3rd round pick way back in, I don't know, like the 80s. No, he wasn't, but it was a long time ago. And I hated Joey Porter. I still kind of hate Joey Porter, but I'm going to say that I also love Joey Porter because I don't ever want to meet him face to face because he'll kill me because he's crazy. But just not only is Joey Porter Jr. like have the namesake of Joey Porter, but he's the 3rd best defensive back in the draft outside of Gonzalez and Witherspoon, which, like I said, you can kind of flip-flop them, in my opinion, after watching the tape on both of them. Like, I love Witherspoon, but I was like, damn, Gonzalez too. I was like, God, those two were good. But he held his own.
Yeah.
And he's carved out his own legacy, and to be able to build upon that legacy in Pittsburgh, like you just got the story of that. I think they did what they needed to do. They also got some outside linebacker help, so they hit all the positions of need that the Steelers need. Now, do I think it's actually going to be worth a damn when it comes to actually playing football on Sundays against the division they're in? I mean, it's a crazy division, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think they had a really good draft.
Look, I am the first to tell y'all this division has become 10 times harder in the past couple of months, even.
Yeah.
With the pickups. We got to worry about OBJ now coming through. We all know Cincy, the Browns have been competitive, starting to step their shit up. So I'm kind of like, it's going to boost us, but it's just a bad time for us on a rebuild type of mentality.
It is wild the amount of young quarterbacks in the AFC.
Yes.
Like you just look at the AFC South. They got all the 3 best quarterbacks in the draft.
Yeah.
They got Stroud, they got Anderson, and they got Levis. And like now Trevor Lawrence
he's only
is the old head.
Right, he's third. This will be his 3rd year.
He's still being potty trained, for God's sakes. He's so young. Like, it's just insane the amount of quarterbacks going to the AFC and not the NFC. It's become, there's like a wild disparity.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as like the young greatest quarterbacks right now that they have.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just kind of happenstance.
Just
But
dumb luck.
yeah, it kind of seems that way.
Maybe the NFC's just dumb. I don't know.
We'll see. Yeah, so for Nestor's Dolphins, I gave them a C+ overall. I think they had, for a team that didn't have a 1st-round draft pick, I think they did, all right, about, an average grade. They did get Cam Smith, the cornerback, with their 1st pick in the 2nd round. I don't, he's not a very sexy pick, but at the same time, I think he'll be just fine when he's alongside. Now they have J. Ram there, still have Xavier Howard, so I think that he'll fit in with them pretty nice. And he's got a pretty high ceiling. I think Dolphins fans seem kind of disappointed with that was their 1st pick, but keep in mind his ceiling seems pretty high. And again, what you already have, you didn't need some flashy corner to come in when you already have some really good veterans there. Out of Texas A&M, they did get.
We're up by 26 points right now.
Yes, we are.
Just
blowing out Philly. Devon or Devin A-Chain out of Texas A&M. I don't see him being a RB1 in Miami. I still think that Mostert will take that role. He'll probably fit in 3rd in the running back depth, and depending on how he does, maybe he'll start to scoot up come the following year, but he's going to have to prove himself if he wants to get past Mostert as far as snaps go. So, but he looks, decent. The one that really threw me for a loop, why I didn't really just give them a B or a B- was Elijah Higgins. Taking him out of Stanford, who is trying to transition from receiver to tight end, and they're going to try and make that work. To me, it's just why didn't they just draft a tight end if that's what you were trying to fill? Because the Dolphins lost Gesicki in free agency, so trying to fill that hole.
They 29 points now.
Yes, it's just keeps going up. Zach Kuntz was still there at tight end. They could have drafted him. Instead, the Jets got him. So now they're gonna have to see them twice a year. They're gonna see Zach Kuntz on the other side of the field. So there's that. But yeah, that was just a weird pick. I don't understand that whole. Let's try and get a receiver and make him a tight end in this case when you have that option available to you. But yeah,
Who is the Miami Dolphins backup quarterback?
now I don't know.
Okay, so because we don't know that, that means that whatever they did in the draft is irrelevant.
Right.
Because everything hinges upon Tua.
Yes,
All of it. Doesn't matter what they do.
Yes, they did get a new tackle with their last pick, so hopefully you can help protect him. But
You got, was their last pick in the 7th round?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm just feeling like collectively their team should have either one invested into quarterback altogether because you know that man's delicate, or at least invest altogether in their O lineman. Make sure if it's like you're not gonna get a quarterback, at least invest in that man ain't gonna get touched throughout the game. Because if that man goes out for the season, it doesn't matter how many pieces you got out there on defense or offense. If you can't score because your quarterback is just hurt for the whole season,
yeah.
what's the point?
That was literally the whole problem last year. It was like they were two different teams. When he was out there, they were a force. When he was not out there,
Yeah,
they were not a playoff
You
team.
literally became a playoff contender, a heavy playoff contender, to not a factor because your quarterback could not stay on the field.
Yeah,
And now you
And
just ignore that problem.
The Jets are going to be better
right.
this year. Hall's coming back healthy. You got Aaron Rodgers, who I don't care if he's 50% of who he was, and he's better than Wilson and White.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who their backup quarterback is. It's the Great White Hype.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right. They got White.
He just moved on
Yeah,
down.
they're winning 4 games without Tua. They might get some T-shirts made when White starts, but that's going to be the extent of it. But I don't know. Like, I think that Miami is still probably second or third best in the division. But they could
Yeah.
easily be the 4th best if Tua gets hurt.
Right. Yeah.
Easily.
If he's not healthy, then yeah. Yeah. So on my Patriots, I gave them a B minus. I feel like we had a pretty good draft. Taking Gonzalez was a huge surprise to me. I thought for sure we were getting what's his name out of Georgia. So when we did not get him, I was very worried. But when our turn did come around and we got Gonzalez instead, I was like, okay, I'm completely cool with that. I think he's going to be great. He'll be a great addition to our secondary. Got a lot of offensive tackles here. We got a new punter. Decided to go out of Michigan State. Bryce Behringer is his name. Strange, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think about the Pats draft.
I got one name for you, and I'm probably not going to say it right because it's very Cajun.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Keishon Boye.
Yeah,
I think that's how you pronounce it.
it beats me. So
My mom is going to let me know in the comments if I said it wrong. But you're talking about LSU wide receiver.
mm-hmm.
Just saying. Jefferson, Chase,
I'm
fingers crossed. I mean, I know he's a 6th rounder. Wasn't in the 1st round, nothing like that.
right.
But
Any LSU
I
receiver.
watched LSU because my mom likes LSU, and they're always on in the middle of the day. And my Washington Huskies were always on at like 7 p.m. or 10 p.m. because of the West Coast.
Yeah.
So I've seen some LSU games. He would definitely pop off the screen. So getting him in the 6th round, I bet he was hoping to be undrafted because you get more guaranteed money a lot of times when you're undrafted.
Yeah.
One thing I did think was funny though is that Keon White. I don't know. Did you see the video when he was drafted?
No.
I don't think he looked happy that he got drafted. He looked like he was a 22-year-old going through a midlife crisis. The moment he found out that he had to go be coached by Bill Belichick. You just need to watch the video. He looked like he looked like he had the 1,000-yard stare. Like he's seen war. or he knows he's about to because Bill Belichick is going to be coaching. So, but no, I'm with you. I give him a B plus. I mean, mainly just because Gonzalez, and Keon White. Like, even though he might not want to play, for him, I bet that he's going to be a good player for him. So I think they did good. I think all of our teams did solid.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone did like a Raiders draft that they did.
No, not at all. It's like if you have to grade it worse, sorry, Nestor. Your Dolphins definitely slacked off the most out of all the teams.
I'm just saying, from what they picked, I mean, maybe if they weren't tampering with Tom Brady and Sean Payton a couple years ago, they'd still have that first pick. But, they did what they could.
So now look at them.
Like we all said, it comes down to Tua at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
They've got plenty of weapons there as is. So
yeah, but Miles, so Tyreek talking about retiring after this next season.
I don't buy that.
I mean, I don't, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of ifs.
Unless they won the Super Bowl, I just don't see that happening.
Show you this.
Oh, is this the reaction of him?
This is definitely the reaction. You just gotta see it. Okay, so they're gonna draft him. First of all, look at him. He's having a midlife crisis. Have you ever seen somebody ever drafted in the NFL that looks less happy to have been drafted in the NFL than that man?
This man was like, I'm done.
He was like, I'm gonna go ahead and retire. Like he dapped somebody up and he was like, nah, man, no more handshakes. I'm
Where
done.
do I retire my jersey now?
He just.
Whoever that was next to him was so emotional. He was just
Everybody else like hugging Goodell, picking him up, doing all this stuff, and he's like, "Nah, man, that's literally the Patriots. That's Bill Belichick. He's still coaching like he got Tom Brady. This is gonna be a long year."
all right. Let's get to the news.
Today's top stories and breaking news.
This is why I was not nervous after game one.
This is a bounce
here.
back game right there.
It's not a bounce back. This is just what is normally going to happen. It took the best game of Harden's career to beat us in game one.
We do be taking teams for granted.
Granted in game
sometimes.
one. We do.
Yeah,
we
now
get,
you
we
blowing
get a
it
little
doing that.
sloppy.
Now you blowing the tops off like JFK, so it's really.
All right, Shaq.
We're not. I mean, come on.
Sneak that one in this somewhere.
It was Osama Day a couple days ago. Anyway, so Joel Embiid, he won his first MVP. The couple other awards here, NBA awards. Jaren Jackson Jr. won Defensive Player of the Year, and then Malcolm Brogdon won Sixth Man of the Year. Just want to say that's 2 years in a row that a Celtic made one of these awards.
Dang right.
Just throwing it out there. But anyway, yeah, the big one, Embiid getting his MVP. It's from what I heard, like the votes were overwhelmingly in his favor. It was like 70 something votes for him, and then like 15 or something for Jokic. Yeah, I think we all agreed that this man deserves the award.
I'll be damned if I got to sit down and watch the Joker again.
He deserved it a couple times.
Yes, absolutely. He's now, at this point, he's like the only MVP winner to not make a conference finals, which is, he will not be changing that this year. I'm sorry, Joel,
No.
but
Absolutely not.
I mean, we saw why Giannis didn't make it, so.
I will say this, though, that, and this is a crazy stat, this is the first year in the 20-year career of LeBron James where he did not get a single MVP vote.
interesting.
First time in 20 years. I thought that was wild.
Gold status.
Man, that man got an MVP vote his rookie year. That man was from Cleveland. It's probably Weinsdorf. Is that how you pronounce him? Little chubby guy on ESPN.
Yes, he's probably his one
Wow.
guaranteed vote.
You
Every
want to talk
single
about
year.
riding a coattail of somebody. He was writing articles on that man when he was in high school. Now he's
He's
on
like 15.
ESPN. Like, ain't been on a diet yet in 20 years. Let's go. I don't know. No, but
He's on a podcast now, the ESPN podcast.
I'm really glad that Embiid finally won it. It's just unfortunate because this wasn't his best year or his best case to beat the Joker, and especially with the Joker just beating the brakes off Phoenix right now, and Embiid not doing much against Boston. It kind of is a little anticlimactic where people are like, "See, Joker should have won 3 straight." Well, he shouldn't have won 2 in a row to begin with. So I'm glad he finally got it. But it's not going to do much in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joel. I think your run's going to end here, but they should have made the conference finals 2 years ago against Atlanta, and they blew that one.
Should have gone to the finals, but lost to Toronto.
Yeah, there's that one too.
Should have done that.
There's a few instances of.
I mean, they also had Ben Simmons on their team, though. So I saw a video today of somebody walking in their house getting ready to watch this game tonight, and they got Ben Simmons on this welcome mat inside their house where they wipe their feet on it whenever they go inside. I was like, y'all are just some jilted lovers, man. This process has had a lot of failures.
It's the Westbrook of their team. It's really concerning.
Don't say that about Russell Westbrook.
Opposite struggles.
Disrespectful.
One of them won't shoot, the other one won't stop shooting. It's really.
I'm sorry, we don't talk about basketball players that aren't in the playoffs right now.
Yes, let's stop this nonsense.
I mean, one of them one team's not about to be in there the next couple of days. So,
do you have any comments on Joel Embiid winning the MVP?
Congrats. We all kind of foresaw him winning this or wanted him to win this.
We know you for damn sure foresaw it.
I feel like Mill has a case for me this show, and I don't know why, because I do nothing to this man. Came back from Vegas like, bet. As you see me in person like almost 2 weeks, and it's like, I got problems.
I kind of feel like my comment was in character for this show.
Man couldn't even look me in the face and made that comment. Continue watching the game as his team's up by 30. Like he has something to watch.
It's a shame this is the only game on tonight. Anyway, next piece of news. Getting into the NFL. So the Lions traded DeAndre Swift to the Eagles for a 4th-round pick in 2025, and then they got Antoine Green out of North Carolina with the 7th-round pick just last week. So I don't know what the hell happened here. Did DeAndre just want out? Did they not want to pay him?
He wanted out because they drafted that running back.
In the first round.
Yeah, the Lions drafted a running back in the first round.
Yes.
What
is his name?
Hold on, I'm about to pull that up. The Jamar Gibbs. Or Jamar Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
So they drafted that running back in the first round, and then the moment they did that, halfway through the first round, all of a sudden Philly started getting phone calls. Or not Philly, but the Lions started getting phone calls about Swift, about whether or not they'd want to trade him. And I gotta admit, I'm a little bit pissed off that the Eagles got to potentially get better, in the draft the way that they did. I mean, now listen, there's a reason why Seattle passed on Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter went to the 10th round. It was the 10th round, right? Or 10th pick. Yeah, that would have been an undrafted free agent. But there's a reason why he went in the 10th pick. But he could potentially. I mean, you're just, damn, really? Philly? You had to go to Philly? The team that just went to the Super Bowl?
Just needs him the least.
They got talent all over the damn place. And then they end up getting Swift because they need a running back. Otherwise, Jalen Hurts is going to get murdered. And so I was just like, and they also got Nolan Smith, linebacker. I was just like, God, they had a really good draft. And so to get Swift on top of that. Now, he's not always the most healthy. So we'll see if he can stay on the field. I think it would have been better. I think they wanted the Falcons drafted Bijan Johnson.
Yeah.
Is it Johnson? Okay. I think the Eagles wanted him, and I think they would have drafted him if he was available at 10. I think that's who they would have gotten. I think Jalen Carter would have slid more, because you put that offense with a bell cow running back like that.
Right.
Whoo, that would have been stupid.
Between Hurts and him running the damn ball, that'd be crazy. But I mean, hey, Swift is still gonna. I think he can still do some damage alongside.
He's still good.
Yeah,
He's still good. And Bijan going to the Falcons is interesting.
Yeah.
So I mean, well, actually, not really, because in the division, the NFC South, that's like a dumpster fire. It's like
Still not gonna encourage me to watch much of their games.
it's like who wants to die last? Is what you're going to get out of that division. So,
Yeah.
do we have any comments right now? I don't see any.
Let's see. This is the live chat, of course. G Money. This is going back. He said he'd give the Patriots a C. Trading up for a kicker in the 4th round made no sense. Yeah, again, the Bryce, what's his name? Again, strange, but outside of that, I thought we did pretty good.
I mean, the Seahawks drafted a punter not that long ago, and Dixon's worked out. He's been a Pro Bowler. There was a team that drafted a kicker and a punter for the first time since the Raiders did it, but I can't remember who it was. But somebody drafted a kicker and a punter.
I sure hope it wasn't us.
It wasn't you. it was somebody.
We took a punter.
But,
I just believe with the whole Swift trade. Is that a video that I sent you? It was like, we will offer you these 2 pennies for him. And they're like, deal. Take the pennies.
Mr. Krabs and the Flying Dutchman.
Yes. Trading him for nothing. I was like, this is a highway robbery going on.
How much do you want for him? I have 62 cents.
Sold.
actually, I definitely got to give you guys. You did, yeah, you did. You drafted a kicker and a punter in the 1st round.
I remember the punter. I did not recall the kicker.
Yeah, 192nd overall. You guys drafted Michigan State's Bryce Behringer.
Right.
So you were the first team in 23 years to both select a kicker and a punter in the same draft.
Who was the kicker that we took?
What?
Who was the kicker?
I don't know. I'm just pulling it off right here.
Christ.
This is awesome. This is what you're talking about.
Chad.
Yeah, so
Ryland.
Chad Ryland.
Maryland.
Yep, you traded up to get him, Maryland kicker, and then you went after Bryce Behringer, the punter, 2 rounds later. So in the first 192 picks in the NFL draft, you guys went kicker and punter. You guys better have the best special teams.
Let's go, Kayshawn and Gonzalez.
Special team magic.
You want to know who the last team that did it was?
This is a 30-point lead going.
Are they in our same division?
No, it was the Raiders. When they got Janikowski, they picked up a punter. I don't know who he was because he didn't end up being a Hall of Famer. Actually, I don't think Janikowski will either, but he was fat and could kick it long, so everybody remember who he was.
Well, hopefully we have the same Janikowski luck with this new guy. Last but not least, actually most definitely on the news, Randall Cobb reuniting with his old buddy Aaron Rodgers up in New York.
Old buddy, old pal.
Yes. Aaron Rodgers made it adamant that he did not make a wish list, and that was just blasphemous that even somebody would even say that.
But isn't this 2 Green Bay wide receivers?
Yes.
Lazard and
Cobb.
And Cobb.
Right. And I think it's odd that those were both on his rumored wish list.
And there was somebody else that they picked up that was on his wish list. I forget what the 3rd one was, but they at least got 2 from the Packers.
They at least got 2. Right.
2 over the hill people.
I feel like this is such a, like you said, Tom Brady type of movement now of let me switch teams and bring all my things with me.
Okay, but it's not even as good as what Tom Brady did, though.
It's
like
not,
Tom Brady was bringing in people like crazy ass Brown and Leonard Fournette,
right,
and Gronk. And this
People
man's
can still
like,
play.
This man's like, give me Lazard and Cobb. We're gonna run it back, baby. That number 3 trophy looks lonely. Let's make it lonelier. Like, what is this? What is?
We all want to be number 1, but we can't.
Like, is he that bad of a talent evaluator that's what he thought was the equivalent of what Brady did? He's like, I'll give you Gronk and Fournette in AB, and I will raise you Lazard and Cobb, and we will be golden. Like, what?
That's who you want, sir. You think you're that good, or you're just gonna bring back your old friends, and you guys are just gonna run the table.
I have a feeling that this is going to end up like this is not going to be a Tom Brady situation where he goes to Tampa and wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is going to be, at worst, looking at Joe Namath in a Los Angeles Rams uniform. Okay. At best, at absolute best, Joe Montana in a Kansas City Chiefs uniform.
Okay.
Because at least they made it to an AFC championship game. But, I mean, Rodgers has already proven that he can't make it past the championship game anymore, much less get there.
Yeah.
So maybe a wild card, a divisional round is where they might get, but it's going to, you're never going to, 10 years from now, we're not going to be looking back on highlights and showing videos of Aaron Rodgers throwing dimes in a Jets uniform. Like, you're going to see splits between Patriots and Bucks with Tom Brady for the rest of your life because of what he was able to do.
Yeah.
Won the Super Bowl, led the league in passing touchdowns one year, led the league in passing yards another year. You're going to see Tom Brady in a Patriots uniform. Once he retires as the Jet, you're never going to see highlights of him in a Jets uniform. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You never see Joe Montana highlights.
Yeah.
With the Chiefs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Don't
No.
see that.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah. My only thing with this is, good luck. Good luck. Because the Jets, they have given him everything that, well, for the most part, they've given him what he wanted. Like, they bent over backwards to get him and put all his friends around him and say, all right, we're doing our part. Now the ball is in your court. So Aaron, I don't know. I think he's kind of maybe in over his head a bit and thinking that this is just going to be a walk in the park. But it's like, I mean, the division you're in is already pretty tough as it is. Like, you're not the best team in the division, so just start there.
I can't wait till they're 3-6.
Right.
And he, like, loses his goddamn mind on the New York media.
Right.
Like, everybody in the Green Bay media was practically ironing his underwear in the locker room. You know what I mean? Like, he never had it bad. The worst publicity he ever got in Green Bay or Milwaukee was he couldn't chug a beer at a basketball game. Like, that was the worst press.
Yeah.
Now he's going to New York. Like, damn.
Yeah.
They hate you even when you win.
Exactly.
They don't even like Eli Manning. And he won 2 Super Bowls. He beat Tom Brady twice.
Yeah.
And they hate him.
Still, yeah.
They hate
his
him.
ass. Yeah.
They just...
Good luck, man.
There's only one person the New York media likes, and that's Derek Jeter. That's it.
Yeah. Do no wrong.
It's the only one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great. I can't
It's
wait.
going to be very, very interesting.
Can't wait for
with
this football season.
the drama there.
So before we go to break, though, who has the better roster, the Patriots or the Jets?
The Jets.
That has to hurt to say.
We will be finishing this year in 4th place. I'm telling you now, there's no way in hell, unless the Aaron Rodgers thing just goes completely south.
But
which I
you
don't see
guys
that
have an
happening.
offensive coordinator now.
Mainland.
I'm just okay. I'm trying to help you out.
As long as my team is not the worst team on this show, I'm very happy.
We'll see about that.
Well, I don't know, man. We got people to come on the show that are Commanders fans.
If I say I still got to compete with the Commanders, Patriots, and the Dolphins. So
I used to think that I was going to love the fact when the Patriots sucked, but now I've been on this show for as long as I have, and you're such a Patriots fan. Like, I'm actually kind of sad for you. Like, I feel bad.
He never sad for me though.
You had, I never gonna feel sad for him.
You don't give a fuck.
But
You
it's
don't give a
like
fuck.
you won 6 Super Bowls, and you were
So did
like
we.
at the height of NFL for most of your adult life.
Yeah.
And then Tom Brady
90%
comes
of
to
it.
Tampa,
Right.
and then you got to watch them win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And then you guys didn't even have offensive coordinator last year, and,
Right.
And it's just been bad.
Nosedive.
This man laughs at me every time we
it
lose.
wasn't. It wasn't just this. It was a boom.
Yeah.
You were like, what?
Crypto
Wile E.
crack.
Coyote and the Roadrunner, man. You just sat on a rock and it got blown the fuck up.
And now we're looking at Aaron Rodgers on the Jets. Like,
Yeah, but you still got Edward Scissorhands on the Miami Dolphins, so there's still a chance.
yeah, we have a. There's a shot.
Josh Allen.
shot. There's no catching that team. Forget about that. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I want to break a little early.
We're still on the show.
Let's not speak so soon.
It's only 10:13. We should go get a taco. Someone's got to be in the field somewhere, man.
We will see you all in the second half with your favorite G Money.
This bad we're still live. I can squeeze a joke in or two before we go.
We'll be back.
Hey. Yeah. Hey. On my way to the boat like I ain't just had on a coat when I landed. Outran it. Perched at the edge of the branches. They don't wanna talk mansions. Mine look like a campus. And I'm all about my brothers like the niggas I'm sampling. I'll leave you red shirted like the twins from Kansas. Really living my dreams I used to have in my aunt's crib.
There's 4 reasons why the Kings will be one of the toughest playoff teams this season. Number 1, Mike Brown's coaching. He's done an outstanding job getting this team coached up throughout the year, primarily because he holds everybody accountable, including his stars. Number 2, De'Aaron Fox's clutch play. He's been shooting 54.2% in the clutch. You do not want the ball in his hands late in the game. Number 3, Sabonis is a dog. He's been averaging 19.2 points a game, 7.2 assists, and 12.5 rebounds per game. He's leading the NBA in rebounds. He is outstanding, especially with De'Aaron Fox. That combo is deadly. Number 4, they have an extremely efficient young core. Like I said, Fox and Sabonis, but also Monk, Herter, and Murray. All those dudes are extremely young and fantastic on offense. Their offensive rating is the highest of all time, 118.8. They are deadly on offense.
Hey. Yeah. Trendsetter, band frame getter, with whatever. I buy diamonds when I'm under pressure. When I apply, shit don't ever let up. Yeah. Look, I'm in the cut, the boy in the cut.
I'm gonna start it off at the point position, put Luka, then in the shooting guard position. I'm gonna go ahead and put Steph. LeBron at that wonderful power forward position. I kind of up in the air pick is gonna be Clay at the other forward position. Very iffy pick, and then of course I gotta put the Joker there at the big man position. Clay's gonna be in a wonderful all-star pick. Clay being that sketchy kind of dark horse role, but I think the team will get it done perfectly.
I got sided with the East, because not only are they better, but Shaq's head sets in the West, so I'm running down the East for you. This is my starting 5 for the East if they were healthy and if there's the East roster. Trae Young at 1. Can't go wrong with that Bulldog. Durant at 2. Hurt now, but if he was healthy, he'd be starting. We're going to go ahead and have Tatum at 3. We're going to have Tatum at 3 because we're putting the Greek Freak at 4. You can't move Giannis. And then we're going to finish it off with Embiid at 5. And the reason why is because he's going to break down the Joker's rashy ass like he did last week in the All-Star game. So that's my 5. Shaq's head is setting in the West. I'll give you his rundown later. You tell us who your starting 5 for the West and East would be.
Did you know AFR is also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts? Click the first link in the description below to listen to the most recent episode of the show.
Monday Night Football, AFR. Damn right, Monday Night Football. Let's go. That shit is bleeding for some odd reason.
Hepatitis ass.
Where did you fucking call yourself? What?
All right, how are we getting out of here?
Yeah. Yep, in my white tee. Yeah, call up Mike Williams for the hype, please. They gon' wipe you before you wipe me. My boxes of checks, not my Nikes. Cactus, not no iced tea. Got them bamboozled like I'm Spike Lee. You need more than Google just to find me. I just call a beta, get a hyphy.
Incredible, general.
I just got the label just to sign me. Me and Chase connected like we Siamese. We been on a run, feel like a crime spree. Talk to me nicely. I see his face. Yeah, on his white tee. Yeah.
My opinion of Jimmy Butler is one of the top 3 greatest Heat players of all time, and my answers could be absolutely not. Shaq, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, and all those people who played before him on the Heat, who are by far, I feel like, a lot better than he is for the team, and did a lot more. There's a lot more to prove before you even get to mention in that conversation.
Referees, you throw the flag, you blow the whistle. You not throw the flag, you not blow the whistle. We had over the weekend a game between Creighton and San Diego State University where a call put San Diego State on the line to shoot free throws and ended up winning the game, going to the Final Four. We saw a similar thing happen in the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles, and it basically, the call put Kansas City in field goal range. So, were they correct calls? Yes. Should the calls have been made to help decide a game at the end? You let us know in the comments.
Giannis did not play. He went out in the first quarter with whatever injury he had. They beat the brakes off of y'all.
Yeah, more than brakes. They cut the brake line. They were riding in a car down Shaq's head with no brakes. That's how bad it was.
I think that this is gonna be the hardest laugh we're gonna get out of the show.
No, I got more coming.
And this is why I make out-of-pocket jokes, because I gotta beat that. I gotta get a laugh somewhere else.
Well, leave Anne Frank alone. That was a brave young girl.
G Money in the chat.
All right, AFR Nation, let's talk about my favorite thing that has happened in free agency so far. Baker fucking Mayfield going to the Bucks. Baker ball, baby. I cannot wait to hear the Champa Bay fans turn into Champa Bay fans, going from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield. I think they're only winning 3 or 4 games. They'll probably beat the Texans, maybe steal one from the Saints, maybe steal one from Carolina, hell, maybe take 2 from Carolina, I don't know. 4 games at best. But here's my question. How many wins do you think the 2023 Bucks are going to get riding with Baker ball? Let us know in the comments. If the Lakers can stay healthy, they're going to the NBA Finals. The biggest adversary the Lakers have this year is their health. If they're healthy, the way that Pelinka has put this team together, nobody's going to beat them if they can stay healthy.
If Miami can maintain their momentum and find a way to beat the Bucks in this series, you will be seeing us in the final. There's no question, ifs, ands, or buts about it, so be prepared to see us.
If the Celtics do not win the title this year, Jaylen Brown is out. Unfortunately, his name is always in trade talks every single offseason. And I'm assuming the Celtics would want to switch up this core group that they've been with these last few years. Seeing that Brown will be an unrestricted free agent next summer, they'd want to move him ahead of time to get a good exchange for him.
How many quarterbacks are going to be drafted in the first round? Now, it happens every year. There's quarterbacks that are taken that are not graded out as first-round quarterbacks. Somebody always drafts them in the first round. Why? Because they're drafting for need versus talent. So, me, I think I got 5 going. I think Bryce Young, Stroud, easy locks. Anthony Richardson is probably not making it out of the top 10. I'd be nervous if Seattle was sitting there at 5 on whether or not they would take him. I really want them to get a defensive stud. Levis and Hooker. Levis going to get the shine, and someone's going to take a gamble on him in the top 15, top 20. Somebody is going to get that Hooker itch. And instead of being like Shaq roaming down Nebraska Avenue in Tampa, somebody's going to trade back into the first round and pick up Hooker, pick 22-32. That's my take. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Remember to follow the show on Instagram and TikTok at AFR Sports. That's it, AFR Sports. Now back to...
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. G-Money, what's going on?
Galen, how are you guys? I want to appreciate you guys pulling me back in again. I don't know why you do it. I don't know if it's because, like me, you're drunk and it's like, but let's bring the drunk guy on. But
unlike you, we gotta drive, so we can't admit that. So
we're legally obligated to say otherwise.
Exactly.
This man gets to keep his ass at home.
Exactly.
Up until like 4 months ago, you and I were both at home.
Right, Shaq was with us.
I was like, both of y'all just walked 10 feet to your bedroom. Kind of like, all right, go off my car. I see y'all.
I will admit, sometimes it was a hard 10 feet.
Hey, imagine me. It was a hard 30-minute drive home. I was like, God bless.
Sometimes I barely made it inside onto the couch in the living room.
Look, there's sometimes I treat our car like a horse. It knows its way home. It'll take me. It'll get me there.
I really hope you're not sticking anything in the holes there, Shaq. Jesus Christ. But anyway,
let's take our second half shot. G-Money, what are you taking a shot of?
Water. I promised my kidney and my liver that I'd give him a week's break.
A week?
This is the first time I'm drinking since Vegas.
Okay.
It was.
I can actually see G-Money giving a verbal commitment to his organs.
1 week to put your shit together. After that, back to business.
I remember waking up on Saturday and I felt like I needed to apologize.
I've woken up with flank pain before. I was like, my side is killing me.
All right, well,
that's pretty
got
bad.
tequila, gentlemen.
I'm not picking my glass.
Yeah, I'll go to you as well.
Y'all water bend my own tequila on my fucking glass.
I mean, listen, we're pouring some man shots now. This ain't no draft party shots.
You mean the 6?
Man shots.
Woo. All right. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, last week after like the third one, Shaq was pouring like little...
Oh, because I realized that
little halvesies.
I picked up on the pace of the night. It's like, if I pour a full shot throughout the whole night, these 9 to 5ers are gonna come into this office with me and Jones just both laid out. Y'all good? Nope.
No, what time is it? What day is it?
It's 9:30 Friday morning.
Like, man, ain't it the weekend? Why you guys here?
Cleaning crews just here dusting up.
It's Sunday.
Whoever changes the trash in this office probably, first of all, they probably make really good tacos. Second, they probably judge the hell out of us.
As they should after that comment. Secondly, last week's beer that I brought, I left the whole thing of beer in the fridge, my community fridge out there. So damn well these motherfuckers came out here to eat their regular lunch. It's like, why they got beer in here?
I was like, I hope one of them just cracks one open one day.
Like, shit, this must be community beer. It's a hard week.
Y'all trying to Like make businesses sink.
They know that massage parlor down the corner over there. So
Speaking of sinking, let's talk about some some heat.
Let's
and,
do that. Start talking about our
Heat and
patrons here.
y'all
Start
negative
talking about massage parlors and everything.
Right.
Next thing you know, you have Deshaun Watson down there.
every week.
Every week. Every week.
It's a streak. I feel the last 16 episodes we're talking about Deshaun Watson.
That's like year. Let's get into the community comments.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about patrons here. Some of them got a feather in their cap, if you know what I mean.
Man, first of all, Melon's really pushing the limit of how much we can really say on this show. The amount of Mexican comments we have to listen to.
I ain't said a single Mexican comment. Talking
He's
about-
never said the word Mexican.
Damn,
All right.
Shaq, racist? What kind of disparaging?
Shaq just jumping to conclusions here.
I know,
All right.
just making assumptions. Big ass think tank of his, just reading into things.
Be sick of the man, y'all.
Community comments.
There you go.
This is where we read your feedback for the week. Now, Shaq posed the question of who is going to be going to the next round in terms of the Knicks against the Heat.
Wonder who he picked.
Right, as I'm sure it's a big surprise there.
And like Nestor.
Kid has a little fake ass.
I was hoping he was going to be on this week's show so we could discuss that, but
We'll be able to discuss it next week.
yeah. 87% of you said the Heat on TikTok, 13% said the Knicks, and then 67% said the Heat on Instagram, 33% took the Knicks. So clearly, overwhelmingly, the Heat fans, or just the general public here, saying that Miami is going to move on. Shaq, how do you feel knowing that the people are on your side in this case?
People are thinking big brain thoughts. They know exactly what's going on.
Big brain.
Game 2 is a fluke. Jimmy's out there.
There's been 2 games, but one was a fluke.
What was a fluke? He saw Jimmy's facial expression, like, all right, I give y'all this one. I ain't out there, but wait, I'm gonna come out there and cook y'all. So I know this man's gonna come out the vengeance. I see another high scoring game for Jimmy. We're gonna go ahead and win out the rest of the series. I mean,
why y'all gonna go out in 5, huh?
I mean, Milwaukee also won game 2. Did Milwaukee not win game 2?
5, okay.
They did win game 2.
They did win game 2, and that was the only game they won. So all I'm saying,
This man's saying Heat in 5.
Shaq is bullish.
I mean, I've just stated facts.
I mean,
Milwaukee
listen,
also
they
won
won-
game
they-
2. And look at them.
Hey, after they won game 1 against Milwaukee, said they were going to the finals. So Shaq
I mean,
has been very bullish.
somebody got to be somebody got to be confident about the team. Freaking, we got Nestor, Miami fan, who ain't confident about his team, so I got to be good enough for the both of us.
He's towing 2 fans right
exactly.
now.
This man can't be. This man watched me get cooked in my own team and just sitting there.
This man out here just camel toeing it as far as fandom is concerned. But first of all, it took you like 3 tries to say confident. Let's not forget about that.
The fact that you
I got
couldn't
one
let-
question. I want to know like how many fake profiles Shaq made to drive up these numbers. Because what was one of them 87%?
Right. It was like 20 some odd people.
87%.
Shaq is 16 of those.
We surprisingly there are a good amount of Miami fans that are part of our community because when they beat the Bucks, they were in the comments. We didn't read them last week because we were doing the draft, but they were in the comments last week talking a lot of shit about the Bucks. So
got some people on the shoulder, Shaq.
Exactly. My shoulders can't handle much more, but
let's say you used to carrying weight. I think you'll be good.
Does it concern you at all with Jimmy Butler's ankle situation, or are you still pretty?
No, not at all. I feel like he come back. Because for what I'm mistaken, have they said he's out for game 3 yet, or are they just kind of like game to game?
I think they're just playing it by ear.
Yeah, so it's like to me, it could still be homeboy's gonna be back game 3, and I feel like Jimmy's the type of man that once he's in the game, he's definitely still gonna give 100% once he's out there on the court, and still gonna get full effort.
Well, he's going to give 100% of what he has.
But my thing is, he's still like a good leader. So even if he doesn't high scoring, I still think he can still set the pace for the game. he doesn't necessarily have to sit up there and put up 40, but if he can help assist, facilitate everything else going on and guide the team, it could still be.
No, that's regular season Jimmy. He is going to come out there and
basically
score
just
the
said
ball.
he was going to score 40.
He can score 40, but I'm just saying, on the floor, Jimmy will still dictate, allow the pace and a lot what's going on with the game than him being on the sideline. So I'm just saying, him on the floor. But don't get me wrong, Jimmy Butler's still going to come out there and score his points once he's out there.
Well, you're going to need him to come out and score probably 30 points.
And I say that's
because you really don't have anybody else.
Unless what's his name? Not
I mean,
Strus, the other guy that looks just like him that went off at 30 something yesterday. He had a game. I feel like between Strus and him, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name to save my life, but Bam sometimes I think he's kind of better off.
Going to give you 30.
Not 30. I mean, he might give you 20 something, but mainly defensively. But it just comes down to, I think, Strus, the guy I keep thinking about, and
you know who he's thinking about?
I'm trying to figure out this man's going out.
You don't even know your own team.
All right.
It's the guy that looks just like Max Strus. He's another wing player. Duncan Robinson's not doing much, so it comes down to like Butler, Strus, and homeboys. So
This man knows Adebayo, he knows Butler, and he knows Hero.
and LeBron.
LeBron. You already forgot about Bosh.
Shaq was there. Wade was also there.
Long ass time
Him
ago.
and his daughter, so you know.
I don't know. So, I mean, okay, but here we are.
We're not going there.
Are we going to give our opinions on like who you think is going to come out of that?
Yes.
All right, so who do you think is going to come out, Jalen?
I am taking Miami to come out of this one for sure.
Really? Okay.
You gotta talk all that shit.
Okay, so you're going for a repeat of next year last year.
Yes, I want all the smoke. Come
All right.
Eastern
Easy road to the finals.
It's either us or New York.
I mean, like I said, easy.
If Butler can
Being
play and play at even, let's say 80%,
This man gets some 10 as a
then I'd do Miami in 6. If Butler can't play, I'll go with the Knicks in 7.
Okay. I'm going Knicks
mean,
in 6.
Hater.
Hey,
Hater of the full force. Look at this man.
Well,
Look at this man. Hating.
You can put that on a T-shirt. In fact, when they do it, I'm going to make you a T-shirt.
Mailing the hater. That's what I'm putting on the T-shirt.
I'm going to have to get you a crop top, though, so it fit over your big-ass forehead.
I'll wear a crop top on this episode. If they win...
Why did you say?
I was saying, if they win.
I was about to say, be careful.
But you got paid for it. But I will wear a crop top come that episode right after the Knicks win. I'll do it.
You know, every time you say dumb shit like this, you end up having
He comes back and bites you in the ass.
Karma, I feel Karma sits
You already
next
have
to
to
me.
put a sock in your mouth.
Karma watches me in particular versus everybody else on the show.
And we don't know what else that sock put on before it got in your
Top.
mouth either. So
Sitting up here, whole belly out. Just
man
trying
over
to
here
touch.
eating a dick sock.
I'll wear this crop top on this
American
show.
pie sock eating mother. All right.
Do it.
All right.
So
I didn't even have to like propose. He just threw it out there. He got so angry.
Really,
I'm gonna
really
take it back.
disliked your pick.
I'm gonna take it back.
You ain't
now.
take that back.
Take it back. I can feel the pressure. Karma be like, "Sup, bitch? I heard
Nope,
you."
you did it. You said it.
I
It's
bet that
there.
Nets has to wear a crop top.
Nets is probably already wearing a crop top right now. He out there wearing a fishnet crop top, wherever the hell he's at.
From 51st dates.
In his 19th city in Colombia, when there's only probably like 5. Wherever the hell he's
At this point, this man's at Cuba, just traveling all the
anywhere but here.
Right now, he's traveling somewhere in the back of a van with a potato sack over his head.
But
I mean, first of all, that's a pretty big assumption that he's worth that much to somebody.
But look at this. You can always
They
find
say
him
it was
because his
worth
dental
anything.
records are very heavy in Colombia, right? So you'll be all right. Dental records are very heavy.
Oh man, I can't wait to see Shaq in a crop top. That's gonna be great.
So is it Knicks? If the Knicks win in 6, Shaq has to wear a crop top. Is that what
I think you got to play it back because I think he said if the Knicks win. I don't think
Just
he said
outright.
in 6.
If we go back,
He did not say in 6.
Nestor would be wearing a crop top.
I think he said about 5 or 6 times before that. You're pretty adamant. I think
But-
if you go back and look at it, I'm
I
pretty sure
say-
he said if the Knicks win.
I say the fake
He
fan.
did not say in 6. So you have to go back and look.
I say the fake fan has to wear it though. So by default, Nestor has to wear
This
it.
man out here making bets for fake fans. you know?
Exactly, fake fans have to wear it.
Man knows like 5 people on the Heat in the entirety of the franchise, and he over here.
This man couldn't even speak up for the Heat last time we talked about
No,
it.
he couldn't.
I was thinking of Gabe Vincent, not Caleb Martin.
You didn't know who Gabe Vincent was?
His name was just not coming to me.
Shaq just learned about him for the first time.
Why are we on my case tonight? I literally just showed up trying to do the show. Y'all just on my head.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Everybody just got so nervous about the Celtics after game 1, and even Jalen was a little bit nervous.
I was a little nervous.
We're good. We'll be fine. Harden ain't dropping 45 again.
No, he ain't.
So we in the same
Doing
place.
the Jenny Craig.
In the same place.
Don't bring that up like I was roasting y'all. I didn't say a damn thing about y'all team. You both 1-1, and you talking shit about my team like you're in the same boat.
No, we're not.
I mean, the same.
We're clearly the better.
We're still in the same boat. The number 1 team was saying the same shit to us the other week. So look at them at home in Milwaukee
they're
watching
sitting here just like us.
Exactly. They wish they had a podcast at this point.
Let's get into the ride or die fight. Let's start putting some shit on record here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and
to be honest,
talk
it
about
wasn't
how I won again.
This show didn't have so
Me
many
and G
side-
Money.
This show didn't have so many side conversation. This shit could be over at 10:30.
That is not our show.
That's what I'm saying. It is 10:30 right now. If we would have cut out side conversation, we'd be done by now. But
It's actually 10:39. So you're really close on a lot of things you say.
my vision has always been bad. So to me, I just see 10:3 and I just assume 10:30.
I just can't wait to get this man like a fishnet crop top.
Me and the whole gut out, just trying to do the whole 6-hour show.
Just some sort of fishnet thing going on. It's gonna be fantastic.
That is how the AFR OnlyFans begins.
You notice how non-confident he got like 90 seconds later?
I
He was
just
like,
hate.
"I wanna
You
take
know
it
what?
back."
You know what? You know what? I'm hateful. That show will have literally 10,000 people watching. No, my luck. It will be your most highly viewed show ever. We got 10,000 people just flooding the comments. You won't be able to find G Money in it. It's just gonna be me in the crop top, and that's all they're gonna be commenting for like 6-hour show that we're gonna have.
I'm gonna bring him a fishnet crop top. We're gonna have like fishing jokes like the whole time.
Let's recap not last week, but 2 weeks ago. This is what our records were.
By the way, I'm catching up, Jalen.
You are, yeah, game by game. So Malin is at 170 and 113. He was 4-1 last week. He is plus 57 overall. 2 weeks ago. I am 182 and 142. I was 3-2 last week, plus 40 overall. Shaq 169 and 149, 3-2 last week or 2 weeks ago as well. Plus 20 overall. G Money 87 and 75, 4-1 2 weeks ago. Plus 12. And then Nestor bringing up the rear 61 and 53. He was 4-1 2 weeks ago. Plus 8 overall. Nestor's not, again, he's not here, but he did text me his picks so I can feel, keeps up with us. So, yeah, we're going to start off with tomorrow night's game. To me, the most drama-filled series out of them all right now. Lakers and Warriors. Game 2. Lakers went out last night, gassed themselves, but hey, they got the W in the end. That's what matters most. So game 2, still at the Chase Center. Malin, I'll start with you. Who do you want in this one?
As much as I think the Lakers have a really good shot at winning the series, I don't see Golden State losing 2 at home, back to back. Because like you said, like the Lakers put it all out there to win that game. Now they were, I mean, they had like a 8 to 10 point lead. We're like 3 minutes ago. Then they just like shit the bed, let it get tied, and then they had to like scramble for a W. But I just think that I don't know. I just think Golden State is too proud of a team.
Yeah.
Even though they might lose in 4 or 6 games or 5 or 6 games, I don't see them going into LA down 0-2. And especially because out of the 6 times they've lost the first game under Steve Kerr, they've won 4 out of 5 of them. Well, out of the 5 times, they've won 4 out of 5 times that they've been down 0-1.
Yeah.
In the next game, so I kind of think they're going to pull it out. Well, we'll see. I mean, I would love for the Lakers to win it.
Right.
It'd be great for me. I mean, I'm kind of bullish on the LeBron and AD thing. I mean, I said it a few weeks ago that the Lakers were the best team in the playoffs as long as they stay healthy. So I kind of need them to win, but I think they're going to drop game 2.
Yeah, I'll just go real quick. I agree 100% that if the Warriors are at home again here, like they're just out of just pride or whatever you want to call it, they're not going to let themselves go down 0-2 going back to or going to LA. So last night's game was high drama all around. Jordan Poole had a hell of a game, and it just seemed like between him and Curry come like down the stretch in the fourth quarter, it was just like they were just waiting to hit that big shot to put themselves past the Lakers, but they just couldn't connect on the threes. And Jordan Poole had his fair share of attempts. Curry had his fair share of attempts, but they just couldn't hit him. And the Lakers just seemed like they were holding on for dear life at the end because they couldn't get anything going offensively. So, yeah, I think that they're going to be kind of fatigued. The Lakers are going to be kind of fatigued going into this one. The Warriors don't give a damn. They're just going to jack up their threes like they normally do. And, yeah, this probably will be tied going back to LA. So, Shaq, what do you like?
I know I'm going to choose opposite of the majority here. I'm going to say the Lakers win this wonderful game going in.
Okay.
Shaq with his Laker picks.
I'm just saying. I feel like LeBron's going to try to make.
Nervous.
I feel like LeBron knows this going into it that that Golden State needs to win this game, and he's going to come out and be like, "Yo, this is also a very key game to us. If you can go back 2-0, going back to home, that helps solidify this wonderful series for us." I say they do choke up one at home, so I'm just saying they trying to make a point that they want to go back home already up 2 games to Golden State in this series. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Lakers.
Man, I bet the Heat were thinking the same thing. Like, man, if we could go up 2-0 and go home,
we'll be set.
I feel like Malin had me like he lost money at the slots, and I looked like the man running.
I won
and everything.
money in slots. I mean, look at it, the size of your head. You could be a slot. Don't make me put a quarter in you. No, I won.
All right, G Money. Let's go. What you picking?
Get you money. I went from like not doing forehead jokes for a while to the last couple of weeks. I feel like getting away from myself. I apologize, Shaq.
Go ahead, G Money.
So, AD had a monster game. He had an MVP game, right? What did he do? 30 points, 23 boards, 5 assists, 4 block shots. That's MVP quality. Unfortunately, AD can't keep that shit up. He has a monster game, and then he has a game where it's like 14 points and 7 boards. It's like, where the hell are you? Plus, he's porcelain. And you just never know when he's going to go down and not get back up. The only thing I'm gonna give you some stats from the last game.
Give them.
You tell me who you think won the game, right? 8 turnovers. This team had 8 turnovers, shot 40% from 3-point land, and led in offensive rebounds.
That was Golden State.
That was Golden State. They did everything they were supposed to do.
Well, the crazy thing in
that being said, I'm still taking Golden State.
Damn right.
Because I just don't think AD is gonna replicate the game he had.
Right.
The last game he had. I just don't see him doing that. Unfortunately, he's not that player. He could be that player, but he's not that
He
player.
should be that.
Well, the crazy thing is, like everyone's talking about Anthony Davis getting 23 rebounds, right? Looney had 23 rebounds in that game. I think he got 5 rebounds in the same offensive possession. I think he was doing this, catching it himself. Like I remember G Money and I talking about it. Like I swear to God, he was just playing it off the backboard.
That
And
man, Looney.
Anthony Davis was just standing there, and there were 3 Lakers around Looney catching his own rebound. And Davis is like, "Do I really got to jump in here? Like, what are we doing?"
He is unbelievable on the board. That's about all he's good for. But I mean, damn, he's good.
No one else had more than 6 rebounds,
Yeah.
and Looney out there getting 23.
Yeah.
He's like today's Dennis Rodman. Jesus Christ.
He has
But he's
absolutely
got,
no
like, in
offensive
the last-
game, but
4 of the last 6 games, he's averaged 20 plus rebounds a
Yeah.
game.
yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy.
Of course, he was going against Sabonis, who doesn't rebound. But I mean, really,
Yeah, Sabonis
against
don't do
Davis, and you're getting 23 boards. I mean, that's
Yeah.
great. That's a crazy stat
That-
right there.
It's funny, like his rebounding, even though he doesn't have any offensive game, but
We still had 10 points last game.
right, it's like, if Steph Curry puts up a shot, he misses, but if Looney gets that rebound and kicks it back out to him, Curry's making that second attempt, and it's like that's what kills the opponent.
Man, does
so
anyone
many
really
times.
think that Curry's going to be held at 27 points again
Right.
next
right.
week at home?
Come on. Like, that's not going to happen. Nestor is also agreeing with us on the Warriors. So we're all Warriors. Shaq is on the Lakers island.
I will say that I hope that Shaq is right.
It would be nice.
I would, because I'm all about the Lakers out of the West. I
I'd like to
want
see
a
that too.
Lakers Celtics
yes.
finals is
Yes.
what I want.
I
Yes,
feel
sir.
like that would be the most entertaining. As much as I would love my Heat,
We don't want to see a bubble rematch.
I,
Come on. It
I
just
don't-
put me to sleep now.
I don't know what y'all get against me this week, but I apologize for what I did to y'all.
Yes, you. I love you, Shaq. Got nothing
I
against
clearly
you.
did something to y'all during draft night, and y'all like, yeah, fuck this man.
First of all, if you don't remember draft night,
I remember draft night. I'm just very
Spotty
at times.
he said, "I remember. I just don't actually know if I actually remember. I don't know if what I have are hallucinogens or."
Let's go. Next game, Friday night at 7:30. Game 3 of the Celtics and Sixers. I'll go first on this one. Give me our Celtics going to Philly. There's just no way I'm picking against our own team here. I think going into Philly, I kind of like it's better in hostile territory. We're not as comfortable as we are at home, where we tend to just rest on our laurels and just be like, we can kind of mess around with our food here. When we're in someone else's building, especially Philly, where they're just completely, really, really loud and rambunctious, I think that we'll play our best ball and not take the other team for granted. So, I think game 3, we take that one. So I'm taking the Celtics. Shaq.
I'm also picking y'all the Celtics to go through with this. After watching tonight's game, I just don't see y'all slipping tonight. Y'all just seem very well in motion, and y'all figured them out. Y'all have the momentum. I feel like everybody's gonna be going ahead with this wonderful Celtics.
Shall see. G Money. Look at what Nestor picked.
I'm gonna go with Philly.
What an asshole!
Boston tends to lose games on the road that they shouldn't lose. I don't know. I think since they blew Philly out this game, I think they're going to go over there a little overconfident, and they're not going to play like they should play. I mean, we saw it with Atlanta. They went to Atlanta and lost, and it's like, why? And Philly's a better team than Atlanta. I just tend to think at times they play lackadaisical. You know, they just think we got this, no problem, and then they don't. I still think they'll win the series unless something tragic happens, but I just think they're going to drop this game.
I think the only difference between Atlanta and Philly in this series is that they went into Atlanta up 2-0, feeling themselves, versus going to Philly 1-1. And we were lazy in the fourth quarter, just thinking they were going to end up winning. Like, they were playing ball like, Harden wasn't going to hit 45 points. Now, that's not a terrible assumption to make because he's never done that in the playoffs before. And that's why I've been bullish on the Celtics still being the better team after game one, is that it took Harden having the best game of his playoff career. Keep in mind, he was sixth man of the year playing for the Thunder, went to the finals against Miami. Thank you for beating them. Then went to Houston, MVP. I think he was a two-time MVP.
Yeah.
You know, he's traveled around. Now, we're not going to talk about Brooklyn. I don't even think he played in the playoffs in Brooklyn. Shit. But he's never been a big playoff guy.
Right.
Ever.
That's been like one of his
always come up small.
Yeah.
And so for him to go off for if he didn't go off for 45 points against Boston, we would have won game one. Even as lazy, as sloppy as Boston was in game one, they would have won that game if he didn't go off. Now, maybe if we won game one and game two the way we did, maybe it'd be a different story going into game three in Philly. But I think Boston's going to go in there feeling like they still have something to prove. Unlike when we went to Atlanta, we were up 2-0, when we thought it was just going to be a pushover and sweep them.
Right. Yeah. Nestor.
Shaq over there just giving us that, hey, we won in 5 games against Milwaukee. That's that suave look. You see it? He's got that.
Yes, Shaq, we'll give you your flowers.
He's got that. You guys fight the battles over here. We up here winning.
I didn't even say nothing.
You didn't have to. You just give me the look.
Y'all just feel guilty because y'all have to go to
Give me-
game 7 to figure out y'all foolishness.
We are not going to any game 7s. We're not pulling a last year. We have to take the Bucks to game 7. No, we're taking y'all well rested this year, and we'll take y'all in 4 games, get to the finals, get to the Lakers. Come on.
Okay, relax. Anyway, let's go to
I mean, it probably will be a sweep.
Right. Nestor's also on the Celtics. That was we only lost the finals last year because we were just gassed. Too many game 7s.
Damn right.
This
we ain't
year,
getting
we're
that.
just, come on, let's fast forward, get past all this. All these little peons down here.
But who gassed y'all? Just want to say.
Yeah, you guys took us to the brink last year, but you ain't.
Exactly.
Now you got a hobbled Butler.
Gassed y'all like Nessa's dentist. So,
Damn.
Nestor, this is what happens when you're not here.
Oh, free shots on Nesta. So,
okay, next game. Let's go. So Friday night, 10 o'clock. Nuggets at the Suns. Game 3.
Jesus.
Shaq, who do you like in this one?
give me Nuggets. I got more faith in the Nuggets to win this game than I do the Suns. So I'm gonna go with that. Overall.
Okay. G Money.
I'm going with the Suns. Nuggets suck on the road.
All right. That was short and sweet.
I love the analysis that we're bringing on this game right now.
Right.
He's like Shaq's like, just give me the Nuggets. I'm gonna do that.
Ain't nobody give a fuck.
And then you got G Money. He's like, give me Phoenix. They suck on the road. That's so good.
I'm also gonna go with G Money here. Not just because the Nuggets do suck on the road, but I just feel like their backs are against the wall. KD, does he really want to get swept 2 years in a row? Maybe. But Devin Booker is still there. They're at home. I think that those 2 stars will go off regardless of Chris Paul being there. This could be the only win that the Suns get this entire series. Yes. But I just don't see them getting swept. And if they lose this one, they're getting swept. So I think they make a little bit of a stand at home. And Booker and Durant go off here. So, yeah. Go ahead, Malin.
Well, before I make my pick, I feel like we got to put an APB out on Ayton.
Yes.
Where's he been?
Yes.
Is he even playing?
I don't know.
Did they forget his uniform when they went to Denver and he would have had to play in skivvies if he was out there? Did anybody know where Ayton has been?
Put his face on the
Because he's
flyer.
been non-existent.
Yeah.
Now you don't even have Chris Paul.
Right.
I hate that I gotta take Denver on this one.
Oh.
but they don't have an answer for the as long as Ayton is MIA, the Joker is just going to humiliate the inside.
Okay.
And I'm not sure that Phoenix is going to be able to pull that out. So I'm going Denver on this one. I hate it because I said that like a month ago that Phoenix was a good team. I remember
And
saying
Denver was
that.
a really bad playoff team and
Right.
probably wouldn't make
Yeah.
it to the conference finals.
That is what he said.
I remember having that conversation. But as long as my Lakers pull through and my Lakers beat Denver,
I love that at the beginning of the season we're like, fuck the Lakers, and now they're my Lakers. My Lakers.
okay, first of all,
That's only because he wants to see a Lakers Boston final.
I do. I want to see
He
a
wants the
Lakers-
easiest route
No,
to.
no, it's not that. I want like okay, you tell me.
Not the easiest.
You tell me LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Tatum, and Brown. You want to tell me that LA, Boston, that's not the matchup you want to have right now? And I did say, I put it out there that the Lakers were the best team in the West as long as they stayed healthy. That health was going to be the only thing that stood in their way. Because Pelinka, I was like, damn, just Houdini shit.
Yeah, someone smacked some sense into him and said,
He
I need to get this team under wraps here.
he changed half the roster.
Yeah.
And they've been top 3 in the NBA since the All-Star break. Top 3?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as long as they stay healthy, and if they can win games when LeBron James only has to score 20, 22 points a game right now, let him go off in the finals, which I hope he doesn't because I hope we're there. Like it's going to be challenging.
I just want all these old heads to stop saying fuck LeBron James. If he just somehow finds a way to win a ring out of this, man, you got to let LeBron James get his credit out of all this.
What if it comes in this alternate universe? What if it comes at the expense of your Heat?
We all got to take sacrifices somewhere. Because I'll be real, if we have to face the Lakers as us the Heat, we ain't winning it. But you think OT can find a Butler can only do so much. You ain't finding an answer for LeBron.
You found an answer for Giannis for the 15 minutes he played.
First of all, a little backhanded compliment you trying to throw it. I still need that.
He said, "Don't try to be half nice to me."
It's like y'all found a way to beat this bitch ass team, but y'all did it. I was like, I don't need
That's
all
like
that.
slapping somebody and holding the pinky back. You just- in a
We
three-finger
beat,
slap.
but that man was out for a total of a game and a half, and y'all trying to take away our credit.
I ain't trying to take away your credit. You beat him.
Game and a half.
Foggy, but
I mean,
Game and a half.
I do think that if Giannis was healthy the entire game one, they had a good shot at winning game one.
I mean, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I know. I know. I'm not.
Things
I'm not
happen.
saying you guys didn't earn it.
Right,
It's
I'm
just-
not taking anything
it's
away
just
from
like
It
injuries
sounds
now.
exactly what y'all trying to say, but
No, I'm not.
because
it may seem like it. But
every
that's not.
moment y'all bring up the Heat versus Milwaukee, y'all bring up Giannis. That's all I'm
What's this
saying.
y'all thing? I don't. What kind of fat joke you trying to make over
like,
here? I didn't bring up Giannis.
This man just brought up
I am
brought up
bringing up
Milwaukee.
Giannis. That is me.
Yes.
I do think that you guys played as the better team in that series. Do I
Right.
think that Miami is the more talented team in that series? No.
I mean, things
But
happen.
because it wasn't just Giannis being hurt, but Drew Holiday played like shit.
Right. And when Giannis was there,
And whose fault is
And
that?
Giannis was
fucking
not playing well
buffoon.
either.
And whose fault is that?
I'm just saying, yes, Miami played better during the season. Jesus, it's like a child that you beat down so much they don't know when you actually love them.
Because that's exactly how y'all treat me. A child that got beat. Y'all spent 90% of this episode
I'm
beating
giving
me
his
down.
team a compliment. He was like, "Would have been better."
Because y'all
Damn
beat,
right.
y'all verbally assault me for the past 130 something episodes.
Well, no,
And
like
expect
okay,
me
first
to
of
know
all-
how to know.
First of all, if the Heat get to the next round,
right. This is
the Celtics
far
are
off
going to
land.
physically assault the Heat. in-
Oh, but I'm
in
out of
the
pocket for
finals.
saying the Lakers gonna beat the shit out of us if they get there.
Well, that would assume you got past us. So
All
yes,
right.
you're out of pocket.
Let's speak
but
hypothetically.
I'll also say this, that I would much rather, and this is another reason why I'm rooting for the Lakers right now, not just because of what I said earlier. I don't want to see Golden State in the finals.
Absolutely not. No.
I don't want to see that team.
I'm no longer watching
in the finals.
any of those games.
I don't, man.
I'd happily take the Nuggets over the Warriors in the finals. Happily.
I don't want to see Golden State in the finals if Boston makes it again. Man.
Nobody but Golden State
I
fans
really
wants to
don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
if somehow it was Golden State, Miami, I'd be rooting for Miami. Come on, Heat.
I would,
Please.
I would think about buying a Butler jersey. Like I would have the thought. I wouldn't do it.
I mean, I would have
But
the thought too,
I would
but
think it. I'd be like, Butler. I mean, but then, if I wore it, I'd have to start wiping down tables. I might have to drive Miss Daisy.
Answer
It's
the
not,
door.
it's not worth, like, I'm not getting back what I put into the money that I'm paying for the jersey.
an orange field, Butler jersey.
Yeah, first of all, it's Strawberry Fields. This is Plant City. We got strawberries. Cinco de Mayo. Somebody get me a fajita. What are we doing?
Swagamente.
Are we doing the right time?
I don't know what the fuck.
Next game.
That's exactly why this show takes till midnight every fucking time we do it.
Did I mention that Ness
Oh.
took the Nuggets? I don't know if I said that or not,
Ness
but yeah. So
That makes me almost reconsider.
so
Is it bad that we've gone to the point that my vote used to always make you reconsider, not Nesta's vote?
Nesta makes me reconsider everything.
I think the only reason he does that is because he's only one game ahead of me, so it's really just a consideration thing.
Yeah. Like if Shaq and I pick the same thing at this point, I'm like, well, we're both wrong. He's not getting any head up on me right now.
It's like I just can't be wrong, and he can't just be right. That's just the only thing.
I'll keep being 4-1. You keep being 3-2. We'll get a gap.
All right.
Get a gap pick. Never mind.
I can't be risky for the rest of this though.
I'm not gonna say it. Don't you know it.
next game. Next game.
I was gonna say the gap between his ears. But I said it anyways.
Time warp.
That's one of those with all due respect things.
Grand Canyon. 3:30. We have Saturday afternoon. The Knicks and the Heat game 3.
Wait, I thought it was game 4.
Yes.
That's game 3, isn't it?
I thought you put
Is
it
it?
on.
No, I'm sorry.
Is it game 4?
This is game 3. The next game is game 4.
Oh, the next one's game
Yeah.
4. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Knicks Heat game 3 Saturday. This is from what the fuck your arena is called? American Airlines, I think. It's probably changed the name by now. G Money, go ahead.
I don't even know what game we're picking at this point. What are we?
Once again, it's crazy, but my pick's predicated on Butler actually playing and doing 80%. And I go with Miami. I think they're going to play better at home. The Knicks, I like, as a young team, the Knicks are pretty decent. But I think Miami wins this game. Goes up 2-1. And then we see what happens after that. If Butler can't play and they've called Shaq down to play for them, well, take the Knicks and lay the 10 points.
Listen, I'm just saying, like, if you put Shaq on the thing, I would just put him under the hoop. Because if they made it, it would hit his head and bounce back out. That's best defense ever.
Technicalities.
You'd be like, oh, he made it. Well, no, he didn't. Shaq out there headbutting shit.
I'm going to real quick. I'm going to agree with G Money here. I honestly think that the Heat hold down their home court entirely. I think they win game 3 and 4.
Damn.
At home.
Oh,
I think
maybe
they-
game 3 get.
I think they are.
This man.
They are a hard team to beat in Miami.
You hear that? Hard team to beat.
So
Okay,
Knicks,
how about you not sexually arouse this man? And
I'll lift this out of the table up here in a minute.
He's getting way too excited over here.
we need Nestor to come calm him down.
If they pause one more time, I think Shaq's
That's
head's gonna
upsets me.
explode.
We need Nestor in here to throw the wet blanket on his ass.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think the Knicks are kind of pretenders. I think that their best player is Jalen Brunson, and he cannot lead them to the promised land. So, yeah, that's my pick. Go ahead, Malin.
With the fact that Game 3 is happening on Saturday,
yes,
which it should be tomorrow, by all intents and purposes. I don't know why we're waiting a few days.
They want to let Jimmy Butler rest.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Butler is going to be more healthy than what he would be if they were playing on Thursday.
Y'all ain't shit, by the way.
So I think that with Jimmy Butler out there, like G Money's been saying, all you need is 80% of the Butler. Okay?
All you need.
You don't need two hands, white gloves, just one hand, white glove Butler.
Yep.
I think Miami's going to take Game 3. Now, I'm not going to go as far as say that they're going to win outright in Miami like you are. You just going out there. You're just out on that limb.
Right.
But I do think Miami takes Game 3.
Okay.
I also agree. Miami wins Game 3, and I agree, Joe. Also Game 4 because New York ain't
We're not
shit.
picking that game right now, people.
It don't matter. It don't matter. My pick don't change. I stand by it.
So we got the ride or die in 6 over here. Yeah.
Look, I'm just letting y'all know my opinion. Miami is that team.
Let me just. Your compadre is in agreement with you. He's also
he ain't.
taking.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that man.
Shaq is never going to allow Nestor to claim to be a Miami Heat fan.
No,
God forbid they win anything. Oh my god!
it was a 1v3 situation. Me versus you, Jalen, and G Money. And Nestor's just sitting there, just looking like his headset don't work. If you don't say something, I know you
playing Switzerland. Like, yeah, man.
It's like I know you're in Colombia, but they ain't that poor. Say something. They got Switzerland.
Oh, God.
It's your team. You just watch out verbally assault me on my team.
And you stood tall though. You stood tall and you were adamant.
Shaq hung in there.
If there's
Getting
any,
our ass.
if there's anything y'all can
You
say,
ain't got
that,
to use the
and
word hung either. Like, goddamn.
if there's anything y'all can say at the end of the series, win, lose, or draw.
This man needs to open up his vocabulary. We talking about Shaq over here.
Oh yeah, massive ass treat.
All right, last game. All right, Saturday night, Game 4 between the Warriors and the Lakers. I'll start with Nestor's pick here. He is taking the Lakers. Game 4.
Is this at LA or is this?
Yes, it's at LA.
No, this one's Game 3. This is the edit that you had.
Yeah, it is
May
Game
6th is Game
3
3.
because
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, this was the one you were talking about.
Game 2 is Thursday.
Yeah.
Right.
You had had it down as 4. This is 3.
Right. But yes, it is in LA. This is the first game in LA.
Yep.
Yeah, so Nestor is taking the Lakers. Malin, who do you like here?
Taking the Lakers in Game 3. I think Anthony Davis, LeBron James, I don't think they're going to allow themselves to lose the first game in LA. Now, I don't know how Game 4 is going to be, but going in 1-1, they're going to have the gravity of the situation. And with the way that Golden State plays on the road.
Yeah.
Still not great.
Right.
I'm gonna take the Lakers.
Go ahead, Shaq.
I'm also going to choose the Lakers on this one. As you can see, I'm going all out on the Lakers to handle their business.
You are.
As long as AD can stay healthy, I feel like this team could scrape through and get what they need done. So give me the Lakers.
I'm also taking the Lakers here because I picked against them in Game 2, so I think they're back home and they win this one. Go ahead, G Money.
Yeah, let's make it unanimous. Though Golden State did win in Sacramento, but Sacramento and Golden State, they're similar teams. They play similar offense, right? Lakers are a little different. And yeah, unless AD gets injured, which is a possibility, and he's taking a shower, water's too hot, he burns himself,
Making
can't play.
some tea.
He's walking to his car, twists an ankle, breaks his wrist opening the car door or something. I mean, you know.
kind of fragile ass person we talking about?
Twists his wrist too fast, opening the door.
Cardo's heavy now.
Yeah. Hits him in the knee.
Gotta be talking
Got a
about
knee
Anthony
contusion.
This Bubble Man over here.
Yeah, so as far as all of our picks go, we have Shaq on the only Laker pick for game 2. The rest of us taking the Warriors.
Because I know you always got something to say, so I'm just waiting for the sign.
It's very personal at this point. Friday night, G Money's the only person taking the Sixers. The rest of us are taking the Celtics. Denver and Phoenix on Friday, game 3. Shaq, Malin, and Nestor are taking the Nuggets. G Money and I are taking the Suns. And then the rest of the way, we're all taking the Heat in game 3, and we're all taking the Lakers in game 3.
I just want to know how mad is Shaq that we went through this whole show just shitting on the Heat. We all took the Heat. Don't win the game.
Y'all the most conflicting ass motherfuckers that's mankind. Y'all the people like, man, this
How bad the Heat were and everything.
This man's like, y'all dog
Jimmy
me
Butler
out
and-
all
and
show, and then you take my team. And
not even all show. Y'all roasted my Heat all season long. Made fun of them how they were a playing team. I clowned them about being a playing team. I'm not looking at us at this point in the season like
It was all motivation, Shaq.
like I picked up the weed. It's like fuck y'all.
They lost their first play
you
in
know
game.
that, and you know that if they lose,
y'all gonna
game
clown me.
3,
Y'all gonna clown
and
me.
we lose and ride or die.
We're switching our tune next week.
Shaq gonna quit the chat.
Y'all so wish. Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm uninstalling Discord off my phone. I don't want to hear a damn thing from y'all. From the rest, Josie be texting me about the schedule because I don't care. Don't care. This is a wish-washy ass chat that goes on here. Because I guarantee you, if they're down at any point during that game, y'all gonna be texting this fucking Discord.
I'm going to be watching intently Saturday night.
This man wasn't even watching our fucking game because he was too busy watching game 7 of a fucking series.
Which game?
No, game 1 series. You weren't even watching our thing. And it was in the Discord. You on your patio watching game 7 of a.
No, you guys. Had
Oh,
already,
yeah, I still watched that game because that was before.
you guys had already won.
Yeah.
He poured himself a drink because you guys won.
Yeah, you guys won, and I was like, who cares? Come on. You got more important things going
It's a
on.
Sunday. What are we doing?
The Lord's team. I don't know what you're talking about.
The Lord. Yeah, they're called the Heat.
The Heat. Heat. Lord Satan. Somebody's team.
I don't think anybody said that. Anyways, we should. Hey,
yeah.
You know, it's only 11:50.
Oh, it was a great Wednesday. Yeah. See, y'all. This man was about to say that and to go on a tangent. It was a great week talking to y'all.
It's like Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, LeBron, who you choosing? We here till 2 a.m. talking.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of people saying that. It's
There's
Steph
a lot of people
Curry
saying a lot of
beats
stuff.
LeBron James in the playoffs this year and wins a 5th ring. You got to bump LeBron James off Mount Rushmore. People are saying that.
People
Gotta
say
put
a lot.
stuff up there. They do.
People say a lot.
Is there anything else you guys want to mention?
I just mentioned it.
No, not at all. I'm fine where we're at.
What
This man about to go on a tangent. He's like, man, the seniors are running ahead of schedule. Let's go on and talk about this. It's like, what are we doing?
Nestor, come on back next week.
Oh, you'd be fine where you at.
Forget.
You'd be fine.
Get your internet figured out.
Figure out where the hell you want to live.
Do that too.
This
That's
man's
rather
at a
How many
important.
cities this man? He making up cities.
This man's at Himalayan mountains right now. I was
They're
like,
living under a leaf in Colombia.
a leaf.
Hey,
Just a big
Charlie
ass
Mayer
leaf.
Ron
Like a
Stern
Bug's
needs
Life,
in
just trying to
Bolivia
figure-
right now.
Bug's Life. Listen, comfortable. Stay away from the crickets and hams.
Jesus Christ. This man's whole life is a goddamn mess. Right?
Oh, this man's that's a TV show. That's a problem.
I would like if you made his life into the Truman Show. I would watch it. I really would.
Exactly.
Just to see this fun. I'll be watching his eyes every time we looked at his girl's sister. I'll be looking at.
This man was looking at his neighbor.
We see you.
This man was looking at his neighbor through the window all of last time he saw one.
Stretching back.
Neighbors, sisters, dentists.
This girl blind. She don't see you. She's been looking through a window for the past 4 hours, and then she don't see a damn thing. I promise you, she knows what's going on.
Well, when you're looking across the street through another window, when you don't got a forehead like yours, maybe you can.
Side comments like this is why the show drags on. This show should end in 5 minutes.
If it was you, they'd be like,
Oh,
I didn't
Jesus.
like Jesus. Like, how many eclipses can you have in one night?
The neighbor would know what's going on. They'd be like,
There'd be like a tectonic shift. All right, we need to go. We need to get out of here. Shaq about to beat my ass.
I get no breaks on this goddamn show. And no peace.
Shaq was taking it from the Knicks fans last night. Now he's got mail-in today.
Not just me.
I was part of it. So
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all give me no peace.
All right.
To lose one game, I was on.
Gabe Vincent, I need to come through on Saturday night, and
we're good.
See you guys next week.
Peace.
Have a good one.